I'm Adrianne Lynch with the Lynch team at Real Broker, and today I have Heather Parker with me from the Parker Law Office. About all I need is a will, right?
Yeah, so I do get that a lot. People think that the will is the solution to all estate planning, and it's certainly an important part of it for most people. It does certainly allow for parents to name guardians of minor children. That's one of the biggest things that a will is going to do. The other two key things that a will does is allows somebody to identify who they want to be in charge of taking care of distributing their assets once they passed. The other part is what the part that most people recognize, which is who's going to get my stuff when I'm gone. You get to certainly say that in a will as well. But it's also important to know what a will doesn't do. And what a will doesn't do is avoid a probate case. And that's important to know because you've got to think about what that looks like for your family. What are they going to have to do as part of that probate process? How long is it going to take? And, what that's going to take away from their everyday life, having to deal with that for at least a good year to 2 years. So knowing what you're attempting to achieve is important in determining whether or not a will is the only thing you want to have. Knowing that it will become public, it likely will end up being in the middle of a probate case, and it is not going to allow for some of the things you might want to consider, which may seem obvious, but we have to look at 2 times in our life when we're looking at estate planning. It's not just what happens to my assets when I'm gone. It's what if I need help during my lifetime? It's entirely likely that most of us are going to experience, at least at some point in our life, a time of incapacity, a time when we can't manage things for ourselves. And a will doesn't help you with that. Like I said, I know that sounds obvious. A will only comes into play when I'm gone, but we've got to think about that other side. And so that is not the only tool that we should use. The other thing is once an asset's going to be distributed through a probate case because of a will, it's going to go as a lump sum. And so those named beneficiaries are going to receive whatever it is I'm giving to them as a pile of cash, which they may or may not do with what I would like. So it's important to know that there's a difference between a will and a trust.
So we will have Heather's information below. So any questions you have, make sure that you reach out. Thanks.